Ric Flair, woo!
Some down in Birmingham boxing man like Jaykae, my guy. What you saying, fam?
What's happening, guys? Team Whyte, Jaykae. Hey, music and boxing. Good marriage,
It's
right?
always a good combo, you get me? It's always a good combo, you get me?
So what's happening? Jaykae, what's popping?
I'm good, man. Shouted me, said he's down here, I had to come link him, man.
Yeah, them man is doing good things in the music. I see obviously online and you're doing stuff. You've done a lot of good shows in the summer as well, man.
Yeah, shows, festivals, man. That's the best thing about music, I think, so.
Yeah?
Yeah, when you do festivals and there's thousands of people and like at times, like they know what time you're gonna be somewhere and everyone fucking comes to see you.
That's brilliant. I saw a few things and I was like, wow. The transition from maybe a year or so ago to get into this. How have you got into this position? Have they called you? Have you got an agent that gets you the bookings?
I've got a booking agent, yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, so
I've got a manager and a booking agent.
Yeah, that's
it though. Yeah.
Okay, so you're doing good for someone who's not signed, unsigned artist, which is good, making waves. And I remember I've been kind of following you a few times.
Minute, bro,
you're talking, I'm always about it. Come on, man, you got a real recognised rule. We kind of keep that link and trying to do it. I know you're a big boxing head, so it's good conversation because you know you're boxing, you're a big fan, you're there all the time, and then obviously you're making major moves in the music industry.
That's what I like, my pastime. I like going to boxing shows, bro. That's man. It's
proper.
Yeah, man.
Boxing in the UK is on a real high, you know.
It's on a high, but I think it's shit compared to last year, you know.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I definitely know what you mean. Do you
so
know what?
shit.
I think 2017 was the most
last year
lit year.
Some sick shit, bro.
Yeah, 2018 was good for us. Team Whyte in terms of my bro Dilly and the fights he had,
he had
the great wins. So that's probably his most stellar year doing stuff and getting the real recognition coming to the front as a real pay-per-view fighter. So
there was good shows in London,
you know
like
what I mean?
actively going to London too, and you know something.
And you're gonna get
a good show,
a good atmosphere. So yeah, it's been great. You know, there's obviously I think the reason I think there's been a stalemate since Joshua lost to Ruiz, it seems to the aura of the UK being the pinnacle
shifted over, innit?
seems to have shifted a little bit. So I think that's what's kind of
man's not riding for the boys no more.
Yeah,
like,
so
you can see it's with Dill as well, bro. Like since
as well as that. So
people chat shit as well, bro. So
there's issues.
Like,
so
I've seen a lot of people that was like team whoever just become Team Wilder now. You know what I'm saying, bro?
You get
there's a lot of flipping flopping now, isn't it?
A lot of fanboys, man. They jump ships, man. It's not cool though, but listen.
And I feel bad for like Joshua because like everyone's giving him smoke for like getting like banged by Andy Ruiz, bro. But then Tyson Fury's fighting Muppets, bro. You get me, bro? Like mad people, bro, and no one's saying shit, bro. And he's
no, do you know what? I think the people were questioning the gentleman he fought.
Who? Fury?
No, people that obviously. If you're talking about the first guy, what was the first guy's name he fought?
Is it Swatch? Swatch?
Yeah, come on, bro.
And what was the last guy just the other day?
Otto Wallin.
Yes, so Swartz was absolute.
But like, he didn't really get much stick.
You know, he done what he's done, but
what an entrance though.
Joshua went from meant to fight, and he went to fight Big Baby, innit? He's gone to fight Big Baby to fight Andy Ruiz, man, which is that's a good fucking fighter, bro.
And not have the preparation time.
Have you seen Andy Ruiz though? He's looking hella trim.
He's in shape.
But you know what? I don't know if that does favours for him, you know? I don't know if it does, bro.
Do you know what? I'm going to tell you something quickly, and I'm going to tell you guys also. Freddie Roach said Andy Ruiz at his fattest is always the best Andy Ruiz. He trained him for a long time. I remember watching an interview and he was saying, listen, when he trains up and loses weight, he doesn't believe he's at his strong or most explosive best. So like he was kind of saying, trying to echo or go along the same line, it might not have been the best move for him to lose all that weight and come in and say, you may be extra sharper. I think
he's got enough time,
him being able to take a punch, the more weight he's got on him, I think his punch resistance would be a little bit better. That happens to a lot of guys. You know, their punch resistance when they're more filled out, they take the punches a bit better. Like Dereck Chisora. You know what I mean? That's a prime example. He came down at his best and went to sleep.
Like AJ though, bro. Like AJ caught Ruiz with a good shot, and I just think like Wilder putting out fucking Brazil and all these highlight reels in his head made him fit, and he's in America. Thought, let me just fucking dust this geezer and get him out of there. And that's where he lost the fight, in my opinion, bro. That's where I think he fully lost the fight. Like, if he just kept boxing him, how he was boxing him, he would have kept catching him, and like he would have went down again, bro. But he could have knocked him down 3-4 times and had it stopped on the other side, bro. He just thought, yo, let me knock this geezer out and get a fucking highlight reel in America, fam.
Did you overlook Andrew Ruiz at the time as well?
Nah, I've always like seen him.
Yeah, you rated him.
We was watching him and thinking, yo, he's raw, and I've always known that Joshua doesn't do well against sort of fatter heavyweights, bro. I don't think that's like, he doesn't do well against them, like Povetkin. fucking Takan. Like, he's had fights with these shorter geezers and that, bro, that he comes a bit unstuck against sometimes, bro. Like, Povetkin broke his fucking nose straight away, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And I said that from the beginning. Yeah, he's awkward. I said to man, don't sleep on this guy. And I did the interviews before. People can go back and check. I said, I can't sleep on this guy because he's a stellar amateur. He was over 100.
Yeah, he only lost
105 fights,
yeah,
lost 5 or something. And listen, he's been boxing since he was like 7, 8 or something, I believe.
And he's so funny, Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz and his dad.
What's Holyfield saying about him? See it there? And yeah, people knew about him. Even the fight with Parker was very close. Some said he won that fight, so they believed he won that. So we always knew he was going to be good. And like you say, because he slips shots so good, he comes with that left hook, double left hook, the uppercut. Listen, his shot selections are very good, and the way he presses the action and tries to come here and be on your chest, and he can work good from there. You're seeing him now on the pads, he's doing that left to the body, going to the head, looking a
his trainer.
You get me? So yeah, he smoked his trainer. He's got a decent chin, our kid. You know what I mean? He's got a good chin. He's like, hey, come on, our kids, stand up. But that shot was a mad thing.
Hey.
But listen, it's going to be an interesting fight. I'd like to go down there. I'm not sure. I think we might be fighting not too far from the same time, so I don't know how that's going to work out. But I'd like to be there. I'd like to see, because I think, first fight in Saudi Arabia is going to be a mega experience.
They're going to go in for it, bro. I just come back from Dubai, and how they go in for it, like, it's just, even the shots there, bro, like, it's just like, wow, bro. Everything they do there's big, you get me, bro.
Yeah. So I think it'll be interesting. I haven't ruled it out as yet, but I mean, it's just one of those ones. Moving forward.
What about Fury? Do you think boxing overall is selling out? I mean, you've got the KSI Logan Paul fight.
Nah.
Then you've got Tyson Fury scheduled to fight in the WWE end of October.
You see,
is boxing selling out?
No, I think, you see Fury right now, he's got to recover from a really bad cut, so as well as things, yeah. So it's not smart for him to get straight back into another fight. Make your dough, bro. If they're giving you millions to fuck around in wrestling, go and I'd do it, bro. Any of us would do it.
So you're telling me wrestling's not real now?
It's, man. I don't know if no one broke the news
it's a lot. Sorry, but it's a lot of acting in there, not being funny.
And he's not putting himself through like what the wrestlers put themselves through. Like, they tour all year, doing the same show. They do it 300 times a year, so their bodies are taking fucking shit. Fury's just stepping in once, bro, and he's just gonna clean up, bro. So I don't think that's a bad thing.
I think it's good marketing. I think it's a good strategy his team have done. Whoever's giving him that idea to go in there, like, maybe it's probably Top Rank who he signed to. Listen,
to build
it's mental, bro.
Listen,
are you crazy to try to get this? Listen, what he's done is, listen, I'm a mad fan of that. Listen, you got the likes of bloody Mayweather who done that. He done Tyson. He done Dancing with the Stars. Mayweather. You know, like, this kind of stuff brings you to different homes and a wider audience.
In America as well, bro.
So they're trying to build Tyson Fury in America. You're not going to get any better than that. Look, the fan base is going to get off that is going to be crazy. That's just like saying if Tyson Fury went in, what's that, Big Brother or something over here, that would have been yet again another big move. Or my bro Dillian went in somewhere like Big Brother or The Jungle or something like that. If he went in there, going straight into people who are at home watching Emmerdale, Coronation, all those little soaps that are on at a Pacific time, you're going into a different audience and trajectory.
That's why the KSI thing is alright as well.
He has paid young fans.
No, big database and fan base, which you're getting sheets, 12 million.
It's the same with KSI, bro, and Logan, bro.
Of course.
Like, I just think, like, I watched the last show when they fought, and it's like, when you're watching the card, bro, and there's got these fucking YouTubers fighting on the undercard, and they're just joke fights and that, bro. I tell you straight, I'd rather watch some proper fucking fights on the undercard and then watch the joke at the end.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I'm saying? And then just hope for a knockout at the end kind of thing, bro. Like, when I watched it before, it seems like people were fucking dancing in the ring, and it was just like shit shots. People went to the first round. I ain't asked to watch some alright fights before, because I'm gonna watch that fight. I'll watch that rematch, bro, because I watched the first one. It went up, and I watched. Who did he fight first? KSI. Me and brothers watched that, and it was popping the whole time, bro. Yeah, but it went off, bro. So that's why I watched the next one. Now you're saying fucking Billy Joe and who is it? Devin Haney. They're gonna be on. I'll watch that again, bro. On the card, I'll watch that. It'll be a good little card, and then boom.
I think
the joke's at the end, innit? Fuck it.
Look what's happened to Patrick.
They're bringing in a lot of people, man.
Look what's happened to Patrick there. He can die at any moment, bro. Like,
No, 100%.
I can't hate these boxers for trying to maximise their earnings.
We want to send our condolences to, the Dave
Patrick
family.
Day,
Rest in peace, you know what I mean? It was a sad day in boxing, obviously, when this occurred, you know. But
A few
our
boxers
thoughts
have died
are,
this year, bro.
you know, with the family. And even Earl Spence. And yeah, like you're saying, a lot of boxers have died, but we know this boxing, you don't play boxing, it's not a game. So when you go in there, you must protect yourself at all times. And don't try and be macho and fight fire with fire. Sometimes you've got to fight fire with water and extinguish that fire and be smart. You know what I mean? Like Mayweather said, get in and get out of the sport with taking as less punishment
Taking no
as you
punishment.
can and getting as much money as you can. So learn that, young boys, early, from an early age. And go do up that, man. Go make sure you got that slips going, you got your defenses up. You know, you're holding up the telephone and learning that in the gym just as much as you're learning to
perfecting the shoulder
shots.
roll.
Exactly.
Yeah. Does this sort of like justify, like, you know, the hardcore boxing fans, they're criticizing this Logan Paul and KSI fight, you know, saying these guys are 10 professional, they're in there for some form of joke fight. Is this sort of like, you know, a justification that you really don't play boxing with what happened to Patrick Day?
You don't play boxing, but like I think they know the same risks that they're going to be taking. They're not wearing headgear this fight, bruv, and they're wearing proper gloves and that, you get me, bruv. And the fight that happened last time, bruv, if that fight happened with no head guards and the same gloves, someone probably would have got put out, bro. So I think they are taking it seriously, and I just hope it's clean. You know what I'm saying, bruv? Like,
and it doesn't look as amateurish as saying.
I just hope it's clean, man.
Well, listen, those guys have done an amazing job, and they built their database and their fan base from a while ago. So they've got the numbers to go and do that. You was at the media or the press conference in London, Limehouse, where 9,000, 8,500 people.
It was a mad thing.
I've never even heard of such a gathering and attraction for a boxing press conference. Not even Joshua himself.
Do you know
can
what
draw
card you would have to put on? Yeah, like just a normal card you would have to put on to attract that kind of audience to a press
It's
conference.
mental. Those boys they've got some different numbers. And you know what? Even knowing I said it was a bit sad that, you know, the boys who are in there, professionals, getting that traction, we've got to still give those boys credit because they built themselves into this and they've made the angle. Because you know, in life it's about the angles you make to succeed. They made an angle. They built their YouTube channel. Then they went into having an argument with Ban and causing a friction. Maybe it's a pretend friction where they had. And
I think it's real, you know.
And they built a story, but real or fake or whatever
it's become real. Yeah, I think it might have been a joke, and now
what's happened now is they've come together, and their fans are excited about the possibility of seeing them. They sold over 1 million pay-per-view buys on YouTube, and now Eddie Hearn, very smart as he is, he saw the dollar signs and he said, you know what?
Cashed in.
I'm gonna cha-ching, I'm gonna cash in, and I'm gonna get the subscription for the zone.
Somebody else will. Like,
I don't know if somebody else would have took the button like that. I don't know.
Think somebody would have.
Who do you think would have?
It would have been America. I don't know. I don't think it would have been like fucking like Frank Warren or someone.
Yeah, maybe
it would have been America.
I mean, you know,
Top rank maybe.
It was definitely a coup to catch on to that, and he, you know, as a young man, he's catching on and doing some stuff. But hey, boy, Eddie, you better give some of these young guys down here a chance, man. I'm gonna soon keep calling you out and come look for you and really start some smoke.
Got fair brum fighters, you know, that Eddie needs to know about, bro.
That's it, man. There's loads of fight Eddie needs to know about and give the opportunity, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep knocking at the door, coming to Eddie and trying to plug in some of my boys. And I mean, I don't mean literally plug them in and feed them to the lions, Eddie. You know, guide and push them, just like I'm doing over there with some of my boys at the Warren. You got to give all these guys a chance, you know what I mean?
When's Shaq and Craig going to be fighting? Or has it just been ordered?
Yeah, it's just been ordered, potentially end of November, potentially December. I'm not too sure. I guess they're still under negotiations at the minute, but I'm going to keep close tabs on it, and I'm sure we'll be talking about it soon, you know?
Had a good fight with Spillman.
Yeah, that was a great fight. It was a tough fight, good learning fight.
And it's different from Ultimate Boxer, bro. It's not the same, you know
it's
what I'm
not
saying?
Free rounds.
Yeah,
Listen,
bro, it's different.
That Dexter Spillman was actually tough, more durable, more
he was a live opponent, definitely.
Yeah, he was a proper problem in there. You know, and but Shaq
in his West Ham attire, man.
Shaq was very resilient and showed his grit and determination to become the English champion. Now he's got a possibility to try and fight for the English title. So let's see what happens in the future. He's got a big future.
It's
as long as he,
like domestically, it's a good.
It's a brilliant division domestically and on world level. In the UK alone, you've got him, you've got Craig, you've got Dan Aziz, you've got Cody Davis. I don't know, and you've got Boutsy. You got the list just continues to go on. You've got Anthony Yard there. You've got
It's good,
Jose
tasty.
Burton, the big punch in Jose. Listen, Callum Smith, there's big punches in that division. Callum Smith, if he goes up, is a big old problem because he's a big problem already at super middleweight. And yeah, so listen.
What do you think Canelo and Kovalev?
Kovalev.
Listen, that is a good fight. Yet again, this is what I talk to boxers about, and I talk to some boxing managers about and promoters about. Picking the right fights at the right time.
Exactly, what I think.
Management and you being able to manage your fighter and pick the right fight at the right time.
If there's ever a time Canelo can beat Kovalev,
exactly.
It's now, bro. Yeah.
So the thing is, when the Crusher was the Crusher, when he killed people in the ring and when he was destroying people, until Andre Ward showed you how the blueprint to beat him was no one wanted to call the Crusher. We're going way down the line. All of a sudden now, Canelo comes out of the woodwork, as he's done on more than one occasion, I might add, because they're very strategic and picking the right opponent at the right time to get the win, like they did with Rocky Fielding. Got the belt, won, vacated. They're going to do the same thing. They're going to go up there, he's going to snatch that body with them body shots, and he's going to go to the head and then come up downstairs, and it's going to be good night Irene for the old boy, the Crusher, and it's going to be another title for your man Canelo, and it's just good management. So and this is what I'm talking about, educating the old guard of management on how to build a structure and an infrastructure to move their fighters on the correct way and the right way, and not rush them before their time. Because you're never before your time, you're always on time if you're taking the fights you choose to take at the right time.
Always on time, Ja Rule and Ashanti. I get that. Hey, so what about, just to conclude, potential grind boxing match? No one's talked about that. I
want big dough if I'm involved, bro. Tell you straight, I want big dough, bro.
Fuck it. Big cheese.
As the
take a lick in your mouth.
If there has been, I know a couple of grime MCs that have done like white collars and things like that, but there hasn't been a thing. I don't think it's a big enough market to make people want to do it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like when you're talking KSI and them YouTubers, bro, they've got millions of
followers.
Audience, bro. Grime is like as such, bro. It's not so big. Do you know what I'm saying, fam? So probably struggle to sell fucking tickets for it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And then you'll be one of the man saying, boy, I can't really put you on my promotion. You don't sell enough tickets, lad.
Gotta make enough dough, bro, then. If it's worth it anyway.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, if it makes money, it makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think of the Usyk fight on the weekend?
I wasn't really asked about it, you know. Honestly,
I kind of caught up on a few rounds.
That was a very enthusiastic answer, yeah? He wasn't asked.
I wasn't really asked about it, but I didn't really watch it, bro. I watched it the next day, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's like me, yeah.
I kind of knew he was going to win, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't, I don't know the other fighter who was fighting, bro, so didn't really give a shit, bro.
Yeah, what's the guy's name again? I know the name.
Witherspoon.
Witherspoon. Is he related to?
That's what I asked. That's what I was asking about, and no one's confirmed to me. But
I don't know if he is. But they said he had over 100 amateur fights or something. So he's actually got a decent background of Witherspoon. And you know what's funny? He was actually catching Usyk with some decent shots in there, right hands coming. And I didn't watch the whole fight, but you know, like you said, you knew Usyk was gonna step up to the plate and do his thing. But he got the rounds out. He's fought at heavyweight now, so let's see. It's gonna be interesting when he.
I wouldn't mind seeing him fight like someone from the UK, like a heavyweight, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro?
Actually, guys, you know what?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Is it?
Yeah. But I heard Eddie saying that he's gonna be fighting for the WBA vacant belt. So you go figure. That means even if Joshua wins, he might vacate that belt for whatever reason. You know what I mean? Because they're probably saying we're not going to match you two together. You know what I mean?
Or not yet.
I will keep both the belts in the camp, in matching.
Just to conclude, what did you think of Dave Allen calling out Daniel Dubois?
Fucking madman. He's a madman, bro. And I think he's took a lot of fucking damage, bro. I think there's been so many times I rooted for him, bro. Like when he was fighting David Price, bro. Like I was fucking wanted him to win so bad, bro. And he didn't step up to the table, bro. And I think going into a young Daniel Dubois who's smoking everybody right now, bro. I do not think it's any good for his brain cells, bro. I think he should stay the fuck away from that fight, bro. 100%.
You know,
and
I think Chisora and Price is gonna be a mad thing, bro. Yeah, I think Chisora's gonna hurt him, bro. Like late on. I think it could be a bit of a stinker. How Price made it a bit of a stinker for the first few rounds, but Chisora's way too relentless, and he's gonna come through him, bro. Yeah.
I don't know. To be personally honest, I like David Price. You know, he's a good guy. I was happy that he won the other day because he was on that losing streak. You know what I mean? But I just think Yeah, that fight ain't a good fight for him with Chisora. The run he's on and the mindset he's in terms of, you know, the whole, he's with the David Haye, they've given him that new impetus. He's had some great wins recently, so I don't personally see it. Maybe.
Should go for like a Joe
But
Joyce or
what
something.
potentially is there might be more fire in Price now that he got that win against Price, and it might boost his confidence, and hopefully he goes in there and performs really well. But only time will tell. No, hell yeah, listen, of course he's going to get...
He keeps getting the call up, bro. He keeps getting the call up, bro. Like, Price keeps getting, like, Eddie Hearn's looking after him, man.
No, Eddie Hearn's
looking after him. Bringing him in. Same way he was looking after Dave Allen. He's looking after him.
But back to what we were talking about, Dubois and Dave Allen. Do you know, I don't think it's a foregone conclusion, as you're kind of saying, truth be told, in terms of, because Dave Allen knows how to slip a little bit, and he's going to throw them big looping shots over the top. Daniel Dubois, he does get caught. It's going to be a great learning fact for him. If Daniel clumps him, it's definitely a big issue. But Dave's got a really, really good chin. Dave was saying he was suffering from mental problems and other issues. I don't think it's a wise move today.
He's got an amazing chin, bro. He's been hit by everybody, bro, and he's stood through all of it, bro. But that's where I think, in the long run, bro, in 20 years' time, that's where it might affect you, bro. Do you know what I'm saying, fam? He's took a lot of bangs, bro. And if you stay there, like you're saying, he could probably have 10, 12 rounds against Daniel.
Look at that big overhand.
He could stay in the ring, but yeah, exactly, bro.
Look at the big overhand he took out. What's his name? He took out what's his name? The guy with the plaits from Guildford.
Nick Webb.
Nick Webb. Look at that knockout.
Bro, yeah, it was horrible.
That was serious.
He's and then obviously done good with a body shot against Lucas Brown. Yeah. And he's knocked out a few people with them big overhands. So what I'm saying is, what you got to understand is, listen, Daniel Dubois fought, was it Tete? Yeah, Latte.
Latte and Tete.
And look at that fight. That was and he got caught with that and he got stunned. So we're talking about Dave Allen with a little bit more experience probably than Tete, and probably might punch a little bit more. I think it'll be a good learning fight. Obviously he's favoured Dubois to win, but I think it'll be a good learning fight.
I think Dubois hurts him, you know, bro. Really
that's why we call it boxing and analysts and having an opinion. I believe it will be a good test for Dubois. And you know what it is? The punishment he's taken so far, it might be one of those ones where, you know, it might be just that time for real that the damage is done already for Dave Allen, and he could possibly get hurt because he's got a great jab, Daniel Dubois. He's got power in that right hand. Yeah, so you know you don't want to sit on the end of that all night. Believe me, taking that on the old Barnett. But like David Price has got that same power in that right hand and managed to defeat him. But listen, only time will tell. It's only speculation at the minute, and we're just talking. But listen, who knows what the future holds for boxing?
Guys, it's been a pleasure, as always. Shout out to man them, Team Whyte, Jaykae, Pep Talk UK, my G's.